Tonight, Athens police say Thomas Swinford had an airsoft gun in his hands, but it was impossible for officers to know that. As News Edge reporter Alexa Liacco tells us, the chief says the officers only had seconds to make a life or death situation.
Athens Clark County Police Department say their officers were justified in shooting and killing the suspect because the officers feared for their lives when he pointed an airsoft gun that looked like a handgun right at the officers.
When a person loses his life, whether it's justified or not, we've somewhat failed in our mission.
Drop the gun. Stop.
Athens Clark County Police released body camera video from the deadly shooting Friday involving 7 police officers and a man they thought was armed with a real gun.
Thomas, do not do that. Drop the gun.
Officers initially responded when family members said this man, Thomas Swinford, stole their car. Swinford showed up to that family member's house carrying this airsoft gun.
He didn't comply with the directions of the officers, and in fact, he got into a car and he fled the scene.
Officers found him blocks away on Westlake Drive.
Mr. Swinford got out of his vehicle with the firearm in his hand, and a tense 20-minute standoff ensued.
I know you may be feeling alone, but you're not.
Police on numerous occasions directed Mr. Swinford to put the gun down.
Thomas, can you sit down the gun and talk with me?
Police say Swinford didn't listen. Instead, he kept walking towards officers
and raised his arm from the right side of his body up towards the officers.
Don't do that, Thomas. Don't do that, Thomas. Thomas, do not do that.
Keep your cover.
Drop the gun.
That's when 7 officers fired at Swinford in what police are calling a justifiable shooting.
If something like this is pointed at them, I can assure you that the response is going to be a lethal force in order to protect their own lives, and that's justifiable under the law.
Swinford was transported to the hospital but didn't make it. Police say using deadly force is not something the department takes lightly.
We take no joy in having had to take Mr. Swinford's life. In fact, we spoke with the father and the mother that night to relay that message to him.
The GBI is now handling the investigation, and all officers involved have been placed on an administrative leave, which is routine in these shootings. In Athens, Alexa Liacco, Fox 5 News.